I've never known a celebrity that got canceled for something dumber than this case that happened in China. And I don't say dumb because it's like, oh, why are we canceling her for this? This is so dumb. Are we sure we're not just sexist? Are we sure we're not just little haters? No, I mean dumb as in like, what is wrong with this celebrity? Why are they so dumb? Like, I don't understand. I have never. And I do need to preface this with something that there is a rare medical condition for face blindness, and 1 in 50 people are actually born with it. You are face blind. It's a cognitive disorder in which people are unable to recognize faces, sometimes even including their own. So this is not for you at home who you probably relate to me where you're like,
wait, but sometimes I forget what people look like.
No. Like you look in the mirror and you're like, who the f is this bitch? Like that's who I'm talking about, okay?
What?
And people will, with face blindness, they're very savvy, they're very smart. So they'll use other things such as voice, shapes, other contours in the face to remember. I think it's like adding up of all the features that they can't remember.
Yeah, but 1 in 50 sounds kind of crazy.
Of a lot, yeah.
Wow.
So that means you must have run into a bunch of people that are face blind and they have no idea what your face looks. I hope I'm hotter in their mind then. I hope that I'm like really cute. No, but you know what I mean. And I just need to preface that this person that I'm about to tell you about does not have this condition. And I think that she would have let us know if she did have this condition. And she probably shouldn't have this job if she has this condition. So let me tell you what's been going on in China recently. There has been this woman, this female host that has been going viral. Her name is Zhu Dan.
That's pretty good.
Thank you so much. I've been practicing because how ironic would it be? Anyway, we're gonna get there. So Zhu Dan is hosting the Cosmo Glam Night. It's like a popular annual fashion entertainment event hosted by Cosmopolitan magazine in China. They bring in all the top celebrities, influencers, fashion icons, and it's like an award party. What are they celebrating? It doesn't matter, okay? Everybody's hot, everybody looks attractive, everybody looks good, everybody's winning an award. It's a fun time. It's just like a hot people night. So she is the host of Cosmo Glam Night. And she starts, well, first, in the beginning of the night, she starts trending on social media because there is a clearly noticeable face color difference between her face and her neck. Is it that she's wearing too much sunscreen under her foundation and then when they flash the cameras on the paparazzi night, whatever, it's too bright? I don't know. However, not the point. That's when she first starts going viral. And you could just tell this Cosmo Glam Night was not going to be a good night. Some shit was going to go down because that was the first thing to go viral. She's the host. So you would think on Glam Night, her glam would be on point, but it wasn't. And now she brings up all the people onto the stage, all the celebrities. These are A-list celebrities who had just won awards. A-list. That's like bringing up, I don't know, whoever list of celebrities that we love that are not in the files, okay? A-list celebrities onto the stage and just looking at their faces, and they all look different. They all have a different aura. They're all known for different things. Everyone in the whole nation knows them. So she gets up on the stage and she turns to the first, like all the celebrities are lined up on the stage. And she's gonna go one by one and ask them about their award, ask them about their lives, things of that nature. And the first one is, see, it's a testament. But you know what? She speaks fluent Chinese, okay?
I don't. Of course.
So Jiang Lina.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay, so she goes to Jiang Lina. And the moment that she opened, the host, Zhu Dan, opens her mouth, she goes, Zhao, Jiang Lina. I'm sorry, Lina. Okay, sorry. So she misses her last name wrong. Completely wrong. So it's like Zhao, Jiang, very different, okay?
好，接下来是我们的张丽娜，对不起哦，丽娜，对不起。
So then she's reading from a cue card and she still got her last name wrong. So then people are like, wait, maybe she can't read. Because you know how in America there was like a whole thing where people had conspiracy theories that certain celebrities couldn't read because maybe they got into like, I don't know, the industry too young, and then I don't know, some of them look suspicious when they're reading cue cards. So there was like a whole thing where everyone's like, wait. But also maybe she's dyslexic, okay? So that was like the first little mistake of the night. But then she tries to make it up. Hello, everyone, you know? Okay, so Jiang Lina, please tell us about your life. Lina, what is your dream? And Lena is a good sport. She says, actually, my first dream is my current dream, which is to be a professional model. But before I achieved that, I actually became a mother. So my second dream is actually to return to my first dream, which is going back to becoming a model. Sticking to it from start to finish and embarking again on something is really tough. We give you our full support and encouragement. So good luck, yes. So it's okay. It's a little awkward But people are like, it's fine. Then she moves on to the next celebrity. Dili Rema.
听力了吗？
Oh,
Yeah. And so that...
wait, what did she say?
She said Dili Rema, the next celebrity, right? But guess what?
Yoruba, you mean?
No, she says Dili Rema.
Like she messed up her name?
Yeah. So
Oh,
it's not
dang.
even her name, but also it's not her.
Oh.
So then that celebrity, a female celebrity goes, I'm Naja.
听力了吗？娜扎，对不起。
She's like, I'm Naja. And she's like, oh, Naja, sorry.
That's crazy.
Right? But then for some reason, so she's like, Tebuchi, I guess? Because that's sorry in Chinese. So she's like, Tebuchi. And then for some reason, she turns around, looks at a camera, and goes, sorry. In English.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that clip.
对不起 ，Sorry，娜扎。
Which was just crazy. This is the moment.
How do you describe that energy?
Like, kind of fucking mean. Like, kind of, like sorry, not sorry. Like, why?
Sorry，
Sorry. Damn. It's like that energy, okay? So she gets the last name of the first person wrong, first celebrity wrong. Then she gets completely, not only does she mispronounce the name of the person she thinks she is, that's not even her. Okay? And then she just turns around and says, sorry. No one knows what to do. It's just really uncomfortable. It's also like, let's say Jane is in front of you, but you call her Jessica, but her name is fucking Jessica. But also she's not Jessica, she's Jane. So it's like, what is fucking happening right now? But Naja is like, it's okay. But I probably would have wanted to be a magazine editor if I wasn't in this field because I want to share the beauty and fashion that I appreciate with everyone. But yes, my name is Naja. I'm so sorry. I have too many faces of celebrities today and I have to talk to every one of them. My brain is just, I'm so sorry, Naja. I love you and I sincerely apologize.
真的脑子非常抱歉，娜扎，我爱你。Sorry，我向你诚挚的道歉，对不起。
The rest of the celebrities standing on the stage are looking a little like, oh shit, okay? Before she gets to the next celebrity, you can see each one of them starting to like get a little bit stressed out because, you know...
I think at this point, she should just continue calling all of them because then that's a bit, right?
Yes. No, but she does.
okay.
But not as a bit.
Damn.
You're gonna die. So then she gets to the next celebrity, which is Zhao Dongyu. And Zhu Dan looks at her, waits a few moments of silence, and then is like, tell us about yourself, Dongyu.
你自己说吧，冬雨。
So she's like,
Wait, what's happening?
She's like thinking about the next celebrity's name. She gets it right. But the entire time, the celebrity is trying so hard not to laugh because it's like really awkward silence. Why even say their name? Just say, okay, what about you, right? Then maybe the celebrity being gracious would say, hi, everyone.
Have you ever blanked out on someone's name before?
Yes.
Bro, it's so
difficult.
so like embarrassing.
I'm so bad with names.
Yeah.
And I think my anxiety makes me worse with names.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type where if I'm doing like a serious form for the government or medical form, I triple check my own name. I go, that is me, right?
Yeah.
That's
same.
my birthday, right?
It's awkward, yeah.
No, it's
like even a Zoom
uncomfortable.
call, like I review everyone's name over and over. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. All right.
Me too.
Okay.
But then also, have you seen that TikTok that's like when you meet someone who just read How to Win Friends and Influence People? That's like, so tell me about that, Stephanie. Oh, that's great, Stephanie. I love that, Stephanie. I love that for you, Stephanie. So, Stephanie, tell me about this coffee shop that you went to, Stephanie. How do you like the coffee, Stephanie? What does it say on the coffee, Stephanie? It says like the book says apparently people like you more when you say their name to them. Like they love the sound of their own name. So like all these dudes will be going on dates like, oh yeah, Jessica? And you're like, what the f***? So, you know, Dongyu is trying her best not to laugh. So much so that she doesn't remember the question because there's so much going on. Like no one even cares about the question at this point. It's so tense. It's so awkward. So she just says, I think I can't really think of anything right now. Maybe I should go home and reflect and think about it, which is a good joke. But then the next celebrity is Zhao Bichang.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, who starts cackling. But instead of calling Zhao Bichang, Zhu Dan goes up to Zhou Bichang and says, Chao Bichang.
What?
How do you say ugly?
Chobi Chang.
Yeah, she goes, so Cho Bi-chang, tell me about what your dream is. So Cho apparently in Mandarin means ugly. So she goes up to her and it's like basically saying, hey, ugly Stephanie, tell me about your dream in life.
Oh my god. What is happening?
And so everyone's like, oh my god, it's getting worse. And then finally, it's Dili Reba, who she called a different person Dili Rema, which is not Dili Reba's name, right? And so you would think that after her interaction with Naja, she would remember, oh, that's Naja, and this is Dili Reba. Not Dili Rema, but Dili Reba, right? She goes up to her and she goes, Naja, what do you want to say?
You're kidding me
So
right now.
everyone immediately...
Wait, is this real?
Yes, everyone turns to Judan, look at the host.
So like this role of celebrity, she calls everyone except one person.
But
the
that
wrong
one
name.
person, she was like silent for a
Yeah.
second.
那让你来吧。
You just
Wow.
spoke to Naja less than 5 minutes ago and you gave her a whole apology in public and now suddenly there is another Naja.
This gotta be.
They don't even look alike, okay? They literally do not look alike. None of these celebrities look alike, so everyone is just confused. And then after Dili Reba, she doesn't even correct her, okay? She's just like, I probably would have liked to be a pastry chef, right? And then Zudan gives a closing speech and adds, again, I want to apologize to Naja. As a host, this means that I still have room for improvement. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And thank you, Naja, for your smile.
The last person?
We don't know who she's referring to because we don't know if she means the first person who she called Dili Rema or if she's referring to Dili Reba who she called Naja. We don't know who she's referring to, but it's the fact that she mispronounced almost every single person's name, but she was completely unaware of it and only apologized to Naja. We don't know which Naja she's talking about because to her, everybody is Naja. So all the, the segment obviously goes viral in China and all the comments start saying, it's okay, Zugan. So they're getting her name wrong, okay, because her name is Zudan.
Zugan.
Also, I think it means pig liver, right?
Jugan, yes. Oh my god, that's crazy.
So they're like, it's okay, Jugan. Okay. But then these celebrities are not the only victims.
They don't have the prompters?
She has cue cards. She has cue cards. There was one time where she's on stage with the winner and the winner's name is on the giant LED screen behind them and she still gets it wrong.
Like she doesn't read it or she...
We don't know. We don't know what's going on.
Is this
Genuinely.
intentional?
I don't think so because she gets very offended when you call her out on it. So I don't think it's intentional. So then there was another moment where there, Yuna from 소녀시대, Girls' Generation. Okay, so she goes to an event in China and they call her Yuner.
Yungar? Oh, Yungar.
I think so, right? But then she calls a different Chinese celebrity Yuna's name. So everyone's like, okay, now you're getting everyone's name wrong. You're getting their nationalities wrong. You're getting everything wrong. Like, it doesn't even make sense what's going on right now. And then also the LED screen has names and you won't even say it. And every single time she just has to do Weibo apologies. She says, I have no excuse at all. Today, I sincerely apologize to Nada, Dili Raba, Lin Yun, Imuna. Please forgive my carelessness. As a professional host, this is absolutely unacceptable. I promise it won't happen again. I hope this doesn't affect everyone's mood. 30 minutes later, she posts again. I feel so depressed and frustrated. Sigh. My heart is still racing. It feels terrible to have made such a mistake. It was so wrong of me. There's no reason for it. I deserve a beating. And then it's like a black and white photo of her pondering on a chair. Like she was like, honey, take this picture of me. And it's like her stressed out on a chair. And then a little while later, she posts a third time saying, I've been quiet for a really long time, but I still don't want to fall asleep feeling frustrated. It was a mistake and I have to face my mistakes. I'll strive for perfection in the next hosting gig and everyone will witness it. P.S. A friend of mine comforted me saying, it's okay. Things will get better when your baby is 3 years old. And I laughed. Okay, so the reason that she mentions her child was at the time her child was 2 years old. And there's like a Chinese saying where for 3 years, a lot of mothers will lose their memory.
Oh, the first 3 years?
Yes, because you're literally
sleep deprived.
dying. Okay,
being
you're
a
sleep
mother.
deprived, you're overworked, you're anxious, you're stressed, your hormones are going through the roof, you're like fighting nature's battles. So
Yeah.
for 3 years, it's like, okay, we should give mothers grace for having, I don't know if it's a good thing to call it that, but like I guess pregnancy brain, right? But so she was like, once my kid is 3 years old, I'll be better. So her child was 2 years old. And then later she attends another event and she's like, let me tell you guys about what happened, right? So basically, I'm a Leo.
She's talking about this on
Yeah.
another talk show.
And she's like, so basically what happened was, I'm a Leo, and Leos don't allow themselves to make mistakes, especially such a basic one. So I was very unhappy and frustrated, which everyone is like, why are we talking about you? Like, you should be apologizing to the celebrities. And then she's like, but then when I go to bed and I see my daughter laying next to me, I feel like I need to forgive myself because every day is difficult and correcting mistakes make you better for the next time. So at this point, everyone in the whole entertainment industry is aware of these incidents, and it's not even over yet because she keeps hosting more events and she just keeps butchering everybody's names. And it's annoying because every time she does it, all the celebrities that she's butchering their names, they're the ones that have to do PR for her.
Really?
Yeah, because afterwards, you know, like interviewers will ask them about what just happened, and then they all have to be like, oh no, it's okay. Like when I get nervous, I do the same thing. Like they're so gracious. And then Judan is over on Weibo being like, I sincerely apologize. And again, I think mistakes are fine, but she is a professional host. It's like bare minimum to get the names of the celebrities right.
Yeah.
Is it a lack of research? Is it a lack of prep ahead of time? I don't know what it is. And it seems like it's recent. So a lot of people were saying, okay, well, maybe it was like a medical thing. We don't know. Like, let's not judge. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Turns out she's just kind of crazy. I don't know what's going on. And all the comments each time are just trolls. They're not canceling her hard yet. They're mainly making fun of her. So her name is Judan, but they would say, don't worry about it. I support you. We're not haters, Jordan. Okay. Is Judan considering resigning, but she just doesn't know how? Like, what's going on? From now on, you should change your name to Junao, which means pig brain. Okay. So everybody...
She's quiet quitting.
Yes. But then what pissed people off is like, these are pretty funny hate comments. They're not even hate comments.
Yeah,
it's like,
internet is
yeah,
meaning her. Yeah.
they're not even mean. Like, there are some really mean hate comments out there. These are not that. She's quietly deleting all of these troll comments. She's sitting there deleting every single one of them to the point where netizens are like, are you serious? You're that sensitive? You made the mistake, but you're going to be the sensitive one because we're calling you Jordan as fun? Like, what's happening right now? You would think that these comments wake her up and she gets her shit together, but she doesn't because 1 month later, she does it all over again. And there's this one clip of her sitting next to Jackson Wang, and she calls a different celebrity next on the other side of Jackson Wang the wrong name. And Jackson Wang flips his head at her and looks at her like, what the fuck? What are you saying? Yeah, he's like, are you serious right now? Like, his face looks like, no, you're joking, you're kidding. Okay. At this point, people are done. They're like, once is okay, twice is barely acceptable. This is happening like every other event. It's completely unprofessional. It shows a lack of respect for the guests. Like, we can't keep doing this. Like, she's got to quit the hosting industry. She's got to do something else. And she's been a host for a really long time. She was the host of China's X Factor. She was like the host of some crazy big competitions. At one point, 2 of the biggest stations in China, they were fighting over her. Just fighting over trying to get the next contract for her. And she had multiple points in her career where she was canceled for being unprofessional. So for example, she used to be the host of Zhejiang TV.
浙江电视.
And then she got poached by Hunan TV.
2 of the biggest entertainment stations.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then she goes on Hunan TV and then she's like, okay, well, if you want to cast your vote or something like that, or like you want to give your input, call this number. And she calls out the old former employer's number. So it was a whole scandal. And then she got sidelined from the hosting industry. So she starts focusing on acting. She leads a few roles. She did okay. She was in a C drama called OBGYNs. about exactly what you think it is about. Okay, it did okay, and then she was in another role. It also did okay, but then she really got back into hosting for the Cosmo Glam Night, and then we know exactly how that went with the sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, and it's crazy because there's these apps in China where you can download it, and it's like a dictionary app, right? But you can also hear it. You can hear the word, if let's say it's sorry, then you can hear it in an American accent, you can hear it in a British accent, and then you can hear it in global, and then you can hear it, I believe, in like a Chinese accent. And I don't mean Chinese accent as in like people in China who are learning English will input their own voice. So it sounds like a more like, okay, this is a person learning English. It's easier than someone going, sorry, you know? That's like hard because you're like, sorry, right? You're trying to, and so all of that was filled with sorry.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry.
That was like the global voice section of everybody saying sorry. It becomes a giant meme. It was like sorry was a trending word in China for a very long time because of Judan.
Sorry was trending.
Yeah. And she becomes extremely sensitive to the word sorry. Judan, after all of this, she decides that she's going to get into reality shows because these hosting gigs are not working out for her. Every time she hosts a thing, she keeps saying, I'm going to show you guys my perfection because I'm a Leo. And then she does the hosting gig and then she immediately on Weibo, I sincerely apologize. Okay, and she's like, going to make sure I type these names correctly this time. And it becomes a whole thing. So they're like, we can't do this anymore. She ends up taking a lot of reality show gigs. She's on this one reality show where all the celebrities are sitting at the table and there's another female celebrity who is reaching behind her to grab her coffee and she's like, oh, sorry.
Oh.
Just politely says sorry. And it's like a normal thing. It's like, sorry, right? Even in Korean, we call it, oh my God. In Korean, we call it like sori. Okay? So like, she's just saying, it's not like a weird, she's not like, sorry. She's just like, oh, sorry, right? And at that moment, Judan is eating a chicken wing. She freezes. And the second she hears the English word sorry, her face drops. She whips around in disbelief as if someone had just said the most offensive thing to her face. And she's looking at you just said sorry to me while you were behind me. Did you ever consider how that might affect me? Every single sorry is like opening up my wounds again. And so I thought she was like doing a bit. I thought she was trying to be funny, right? Even though it's not funny, like maybe she was doing a bit. No, and netizens start going crazy. Did Judan get the copyright for the term sorry? For the English word sorry? Why should someone else be responsible for your mistakes? Just because of what happened to her, so others can't use a word in English
Which is
called
also
sorry?
apologizing.
Yeah, like this doesn't even make sense. How is the word traumatic for you? Some netizens are just getting so annoyed with her. But this was like a clip that was trending on Douyin. So everyone was like, wait, the whole episode is not out yet. So we should not judge her until the whole episode is out. Because what if it's exactly like what I was saying? Where she turns out and is like, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Joking. Like, you don't know, right? The show is produced by Mango TV. And they have a reputation for sometimes editing stuff into looking a little bit crazy to boost viewers. So they watch the entire episode. They were like, oh, it was actually worse. Okay. That's actually so much worse. So then she does a little confessional where, it's like sitting in front of the producers. And she goes, yeah, when she first said sorry to me, I was like, huh? Did she just say sorry? But my second reaction was like, it's fine. I felt like I had grown up in that moment.
Wow. And she's older, right? She's not like
She's
20.
middle-aged, yeah.
Right.
She's definitely too old for this shit,
Yeah.
okay? So then all the other celebrities, I don't know what it is, they're like applauding her. They're like, wow, you're like moving on. Finally, you're letting go of this. And she's like, yeah, because, in the past, I would have been really sensitive about it, wondering like, are you making fun of me saying sorry on purpose, like where I can hear it? And the first reaction, the instinct is like, she just said sorry. But then the next second, I'm like, they probably don't even mean it that way. Netizens just found the whole thing very awkward, very unbearable. People are like, the long original version is even more awkward than the short little clip that we saw. They're like, the difference before and after editing is actually worse when you watch the original clip. People are like, if you actually let go of this whole situation, which like, I don't even think that you have rights to be upset about the situation of someone using the word sorry. you wouldn't even say anything. Like, you wouldn't even bring it up. Netizens were genuinely baffled at how sensitive she is being about this entire thing. Honestly, she didn't even need to react. When the sorry incident first happened, people were just having fun with it. They were upset. I mean, I will say that there were probably some diehard fans of the celebrities who were super, super upset and like wanted her to, I don't know, choke on a bagel. But like most people were just like, this is so unprofessional. Like, please go educate yourself. Go read your cue cards a little bit harder or something. But nobody was wanting her career to tank. Nobody wanted her to lose her job. But the more variety shows go on, people are like, maybe she is a really bad person. Maybe we don't even like her because she's bad at messing people's names up. Like, we don't know what it is. She just seems like an exhausting person to be around. You know Mai from the Stand By Me divorce show? People say she gives my energy. Like, just being around her is like an energy vampire where, you know, some people can be annoying. You might even put me in that category. Perhaps I'm annoying, right? But there are some people, it's like the only word is exhausting. You stand next to them and you're exhausted. It's not because they nonstop yap. It's like, oh my God, they're nonstop nagging, complaining, being hyper. Oh my goodness, like, let's catch a break for a second. That is Judan. Judan and her husband were on this show called Viva la Romance. And so it's like a celebrity couple show, right? And so she's talking to her husband in the car, and obviously it's GoPro'd up while they're driving, and there's like every angle. And she turns to her husband and she goes, what's that guy's name again?
What's that guy's name again?
A different couple that they had met. She's like, what's that guy's name again? Right? And again, it's like not a big deal. You're just bad at names, which like, I don't know why you're a celebrity host, but maybe that's why you're not a celebrity host anymore. But she's like, what's that guy's name again? Xiao Xiao. Why do I keep wanting to call him Xuan Xuan? It's okay. People will forgive you for not remembering.
你男孩叫啥？
潇潇，
我老想叫轩轩。
没事，大家会原谅你记不住。
Like when he said this, it was very genuine of like, it's okay. Like if you don't forget, they're not going to be upset with you. They're going to forgive you even if you call them by the wrong name. It's fine. Judan is wearing sunglasses in this scene, and you can tell she whips her head at him. If her eyeballs, if her retinas could just shoot out lasers, he would have been incinerated. And she turns to him and says, apologize.
Sorry.
That's what all the netizens wanted him to say. They wanted him to turn around and go, sorry. But instead, she goes, there are some things that other people can say, but you cannot say.
我以为道歉。有些话别人能说，就你不能。
What can he not say?
Like, he can't make fun of her. For, I guess she thought he was making fun of her for her previous events of...
Oh.
But he wasn't. He genuinely wasn't. Like, read the room, girly pop.
What?
Read the car. He was not. And so he just says, I'm sorry that I made you feel that I disrespected you. I apologize. You shouldn't torture yourself with things like this. You can't joke about this. You know I care about this a lot, which is why I'm secretly asking you so you can help me remember his name. But her husband is like, what do you mean ask me secretly? I mean, I can just tell the producers to edit this out later. Or like, what am I supposed to do? Whisper to you?
I can tell the producer to edit this out.
And like, the producers are like, keep it in.
100% we're editing it out.
Don't you worry.
Put it on Douyin right now.
Do the trailer. Put this in the trailer.
Leak it.
Yeah. He's like, well, if you wanted to do it secretly, then you should do it secretly. But right now, like, we're all mic'd up and there's cameras everywhere. I don't think this is acting secretly. Whatever you're doing is being exposed to everyone. It's not just the two of us. I mean, yeah, it's the two of us in the car, but just think of it as like we're standing in front of 100 people right now, watching on a screen. I'm just saying. Okay, her husband is not being mean. Like, in this moment, I think if he had a tiny bit of sass, I wouldn't even have been mad. I would have been like, okay, I probably would have said it with a little bit more like...
He's like, hey, whatever you're about to say next, just remember, there's 100 people in front of us right now.
Honey, please,
We're
remember.
live. We're live.
So then this clip goes viral, and all the comments are like, her husband should have just said sorry. Others are saying, guys, her husband literally cannot apologize. That word is banned in their house. He doesn't even dare apologizing. Sometimes there are those moments, you know, when you have to put some earbuds in and open up a private tab in peace and quiet, when everybody else in the house is dead asleep, to watch Chinaverse dramas on repeat. What did you think I was going to say? Get your mind out of the gutter. We are too old for this. Lock in. Okay, because let me tell you, that's what I was doing for a hot second until I realized that pirating international TV was just unnecessary and probably illegal, and I probably shouldn't be saying this online, and it was putting my electronics at risk. Surfshark VPN is the solution. Surfshark is a fast and easy to use VPN that is jam-packed with features that go way beyond the basics, like a web content blocker that can block access to certain sites and an email scan checker that will let you know if an email is a scam or a phishing attempt. Surfshark is easy to install and run on unlimited devices on a single subscription. Plus, they have a strict no logs policy, which means that they don't keep your data. Surfshark has reached the coverage of 100 countries, and they are the only VPN to do so. Without Surfshark, how else would I be able to watch and keep you guys updated on when a man falls in love with a woman and what they do in the Chinese dramas? Go to surfshark.com/mots and use code MOTS at checkout to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN. Go to surfshark.com/mots and use code MOTS at checkout to get 4 extra months Surfshark VPN. But a lot of people were upset because, I mean, Judan is a celebrity at the end of the day. Then they're just commenting, Judan, I'm telling you seriously, shut the fuck up. Like, everybody's lives are a mess. Have you seen the economy? We don't have time to keep dwelling on this tiny little incident of yours. Just let it go. We're here for entertainment. Everybody has moved on. Nobody has time. Just let it go. You're weird. You're so weird for making this your whole personality. On other shows, Judan openly admits that the entire name incident became trauma for her. It was like psychological trauma. She said, I never imagined that one day my career would end because I said people's names wrong. And again, it's like very woe is me.
Yeah.
Because like I'm sure there was trauma getting canceled, but like she could have phrased it as like, I really messed up and I'm learning a lot from it. But like she's like, for a long time, people were afraid of offending me. So in 2024, my husband and I joined the show called Viva La Romance. And at the beginning, I couldn't remember other people's names. So I asked my husband to remind me, and he said, everyone will forgive you. He didn't mean harm, but at that moment, I just felt hurt. Like I felt like all that trauma had been trapped in my heart for years. And then she says, and then came my really close friend, Shi Meng Yao. Oh yeah, okay, so she's the Victoria's Secret model.
Yeah.
I love her. Okay, she's the one. I'm just gonna say it because it's relevant to this. She is like the hot supermodel, gorgeous. She fell one time, and the way she fell was beautiful. Genuinely, I thought it was poetic. Like if you just had a poetic song, it's like an angel falling, but then getting back up, right? But she brings it up, Judan. She's like, so then I was talking to my dear friend, supermodel, Shi Mingyao. And at the time, I was terrified to bring up the topic with her because I assumed she felt fear around the topic. Which, like, if people feel fear around talking to you about your mistakes, maybe you're kind of scary. But she says that the model told her, you know, I fell, but I still had to get up. And in that moment, I finally let go. I realized that sometimes it's not just a matter of being brave enough. Stepping through that door wasn't as hard as I thought because as it turns out, the door was never locked to begin with. First of all, nobody knows what the she's talking about, okay? And second of all, people were actually really upset with her for bringing up the supermodel's fall on the Victoria's Secret runway. That was years ago, and that was very different. So Judan was a repeated mistake that she chose to commit over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Mingxi, when she felt, so people call her Mingxi, I think that's her stage name. That was like her. Okay, but Mingxi, when she fell, she was cyberbullied by a lot of people. So first of all, a lot of people in America were making fun of her. And then a lot of people in China were saying that she was representing China and she fell. And that caused her to be, I'm going to cry, I'm so annoyed. But that caused her to be cyberbullied. Like, it was bad. It's crazy because I think I was reading somewhere, those wings weigh like 80 pounds.
Wow.
They're all
really?
Yeah, I think her wings were like 80 pounds. She's probably 80 pounds herself. Yeah. It's just like impossible. And like someone fell. Is it really a reason to bully someone? Like if anyone's having the worst time after falling, it's her. Yeah. I don't know why people are acting like she did something to them. Anyway, to bring that up was very unprofessional. People said that she did it on purpose to be like, well, don't focus on my mistakes. Remember her viral mistake? Let's point the attention there. Mingxi was also on the same show, Viva la Romance, with her husband. Her husband is like a billionaire. Oh yeah, they run Macau. They like ran all the casinos in Macau, which is like Vegas. They were
You should do an episode on them.
yeah, they're actually really cute because I was
They're
seeing glimpses of them.
interesting.
Yeah, they were really cute. And he's a super Nepo baby, but he seems really intelligent.
Apparently, he's a genius.
Yeah, he's
like
not-
certified genius.
He's not giving like Jackie. He's giving like more chill, but like more serious, but very smart. And she's very smart. It seems like they make a good couple.
Honey, we gotta do an episode
Yeah.
on Water Bro. Water Bro.
No, I'm not doing Water Bro.
Okay, guys, please let me know if you guys want an episode on Stephanie to cover Water Bro. So let me give you the lore.
Oh my
like,
God.
In like 10 seconds.
Guys, hold on. I'm so sorry. I had to hear about Water Bro for like 2 years straight, I think.
No,
I genuinely,
no.
at one point, I was like, do you love Water Bro? No, okay, continue.
So in China, there's these genius competition shows. Literally just like geniuses.
Yeah.
They compete with each other. When I say genius, I'm talking about they looking at 100 peach tree dish of water. And they need to look at all of them and tell them apart.
But how does that correlate with being a genius?
Because you have to use different methods.
I see.
Find pattern, and the peach tree dish are exactly the same. The water is the same. Amount of water is the same. He's known for this, called Water Bro, because he will look at 100 dishes and he's like, that's the one. His most infamous one was someone brings a peach dish of water in front of his face. He stares at it. They bring it back into like 100, I don't even know, 100, maybe 500 dishes. And he walks over, just his eyes scanning the lines, and he goes, that one. And that's the one. Like, dude, it's insane. Insane.
He has a cool house.
His house is insane.
Yeah, he has
His
like an
house has like
aquarium.
no, more than an aquarium. His house has a freaking like a like it has everything. It has a freaking jungle. It has like ancient plants. It has like dinosaur bones. There's a whole ecosystem growing inside. It's crazy.
Okay.
Like, the guy's not human.
Okay, I will do Water Bro just for you.
Anyways, the reason
Yeah.
I say him is because apparently this guy, the husband of the model, was on that show as well. So he's also a very, very smart person. I don't know.
Okay, Mr. Model. That's what I'm gonna call him. He's like he's a billionaire, but whatever. He's Mr. Model. He's Mr. Victoria's Secret model to me, okay? Judan is like, yeah, well, she fell down and she told me she had to get up. Whereas all the netizens are so upset by this because they're like, hey, so basically what happened was that she fell down, she got back up, everybody bullied her for years, and she never got dramatic about it, even then. Like, she was cyberbullied, and she never made it her whole personality. You can't remember people's names. Just remember them. It's not that hard. How can someone be so sensitive? Like, no one is afraid of offending you, and no one thinks it's that big of a deal. The problem is you. If people are scared to talk to you about it, the problem is you. So all the netizens are just so upset about this. Like, these are the things that they're commenting. People are saying, like, you and her fall aren't even on the same degree. Like, what are you talking about? It's been like 5 or 6 years since the incident. Stop fucking talking about the incident. And then probably the worst thing happens. On the reality show, people notice that she has a preference for sons over daughters. This is actually a highly sensitive issue in China, or really like anywhere, even in Korea, but also like in China, because when you get pregnant in China, at this point, it's still illegal to get an ultrasound for the sex of your child. Because they're during one-child policy. Anyway, the lore is deep. I don't think I'm smart enough to touch on it, or at least not right now, right? But the lore is very deep. In Korea, it's similar. There's a lot of traditionally, sons have been preferred over daughters. Okay, I do think that the tides are changing these days in East Asia, but they were viewed as more beneficial to the family, better this, better that. Like, they get the last name, so the bloodline carries on. Whatever yippee yap you want to talk about. Weird. Some people even developed the mindset that raising daughters was a waste of money because you are essentially spending your resources to raise someone else's future wife and daughter-in-law. So they always think that the daughter marries away into someone else's family.
So you're raising someone else's daughter is
Which is
the
like
old school mindset. Yeah.
really weird because it's like, where is your daughter going? Like, it's the great old age of 2026. If that's how you feel, you should never talk to her again because, like, what do you mean, where is she going? It doesn't make sense. And so it came to the point where a lot of families would name their daughters Jiaodi, Pandi, or Laidi. So D means younger brother, like this.
D.
It means younger brother. And then the first character, they would choose things that would symbolize like calling for, hoping for, looking for. So like some daughters' names would literally be, if you go by the Chinese symbols, like hoping for a brother, wishing for a brother.
Oh, 招娣, like, wow.
There
That
was
is some crazy shit. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, there was apparently a family that went viral who had 9 daughters, and all of them were named like hoping for a brother, wishing for a son, dreaming of a son, thinking of a son, welcoming a son.
That's so sad.
Yeah. And it's crazy. And it's crazy because in Korea, it's like this new thing where it's like everybody wants a son until you have a son and you have a daughter. And then you get a little bit older and your daughter is the one coming over to take care of you, and your son never calls you and like doesn't give a shit about you. And then everyone is like, maybe I should have been nicer to my daughter. So it's like, what's happening? I mean, that's not obviously all sons. But like, damn, I just see people getting mad at me all the time. So,
But that's a sentiment right now. Yeah.
yeah, in Korea. And like, that's like, oh, did you guys catch in the Singles Inferno? Like one of the guys was like, oh, I'm like a 딸 같은 아들, which is like, I'm a son who behaves like a daughter. So that's like a thing where it's like, you really care for your parents. Because people in Korea associate daughters for having really strong familial bonds and like responsibility for their parents, whereas sons, they're like, oh, 엄마 됐어, 전화하지 마, and then they hang up. And you're like, what? That's what you wanted so bad? So all I'm saying, it's a very touchy subject, and especially if you have a mainstream celebrity presenting that type of values, they're so quick to get canceled. Even a sniff, a whiff of that type of favoritism, people are sensitive to it.
Because like that's like the norm back in the days,
Yeah.
right? And today, the new age, we are so disgusted by that now.
Yeah.
So it's like to see that on TV from a celebrity,
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's really, and she's crazy about it. So on Viva La Romance, she talks about how she has an older daughter and she has a younger son. And she says that she pushed her younger son a year ahead in school so that he could be in the same class as her daughter. So her daughter is in a mixed age, like preschool, kindergarten class, mixed age. So that means could be 2 years old up to like 5 years old, 6 years old, right?
Okay.
And she did that so that the daughter can take care of their son. And she's like, our son is almost 3 years old now. Our daughter has always been the responsible one. She can handle a lot. Since our son is starting kindergarten, it's his sister who brings him in. And we arranged it on purpose this way so that they would be in the same class. It's a mixed age class. So the older sister can look after her younger son at school. This way we can also shorten that crying stage. And Judan says this as like, she's so proud of her parenting techniques. As if she learned this, like people are gonna be like, oh my God, you should write a parenting book. But the other couples are looking at her confused to the point where it goes viral. A screenshot of the Nepo baby, Mr. Victoria's Secret model. Okay, a screenshot of him goes viral, and all of the comments are like, the wealthy heir was surprised because he's just looking like, what? And like, if anyone is probably in that, like, could be in a traditional mindset where it's like all about the heir, because like, who cares about bloodline unless you're a billionaire? Who cares about legacy unless you're a billionaire? I guess like no one really cares. No one has a legacy really. Like, who even are we? We're just on like a floating ball of mass in the solar system. Who cares? If anybody cares, maybe the evil Murdochs, like they care. And he looks at her like, what? I've never heard such a thing.
Really?
He's looking at her like, this cannot be real right now.
Yeah.
But she keeps going. She thinks the looks are like of amazement.
They're like, whoa.
They're like, I've never heard such a thing before. And she's like, you know, it's amazing. She feeds him as well.
If the son is 5, the daughter is a couple years older, right?
The son is like 3. The daughter is like
Okay.
5.
That's insane.
When she carries
5 is like
yeah.
Sophie's age.
Yeah. It's like when she carries her little brother, it's almost like watching a mother hold her son.
That's some crazy verbiage.
When netizens
Calling a 5-year-old mother?
Yeah. People were so furious. Like,
Yeah.
I think all of us have some sort of trauma with this, okay? First of all, mixed age classes do exist, but the thing that bothered people was her intention. It's not like, oh, mixed age classes are good for A, B, C, D, and age, right? She only arranged it so that her daughter could take care of their younger son. And also, isn't the daughter there to learn? Like, she's not supposed to be responsible for caring for her younger brother. She's supposed to be learning. She has her own life. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then also people are saying, like, is the younger brother entering kindergarten with a built-in personal maid? Like, what is happening right now? And even more confusing is people are like, wait, maybe this could make more sense. I don't think it's fair, but it could make more sense if we're talking about like a middle class family. Where it's like everybody's working, no one has money for childcare, and sometimes the older sibling is in charge of taking care of the little sibling. Is it okay? Probably not, because so many people grow up with so much trauma and it's like parentification, right? But they're saying you're a celebrity, you have so much resources. Why are you doing this? Like you're literally choosing to do this.
Clearly, the favoritism is crazy.
Yeah. And she says, you know, the other day I got a video of my daughter taking care of my son. And I actually cried. I kept thinking like, wow, she loves him. Like it's so good. And so she's like, you know, my daughter will even complain about how my son is pulling her hair. And she just loves our son so much. Sometimes he'll even wake his older sister up by pulling her hair. And, you know, the daughter is so responsible. She'll come up to me and she'll say, Mom, you really need to educate him. He just yanks my hair the whole time. And she's like saying it so lovingly, you know, and she's like, you know, one time he even pulled out 2 pieces of hair and it hurt so bad. But the way she's saying it, it's like she's so proud. She's proud of her son for ripping out her daughter's hair. She looks happy. All the netizens are like, how is she laughing right now? Why is she proud? What's happening? And then some people were just blunt in the comments commenting, I don't like you. You're just someone who prefers sons over daughters. You're a woman and this is embarrassing. You should stop coming out on television. It's disgusting. Netizens are not having any of it. She also would show favoritism towards men, her fellow colleagues. Huh? Okay, so
that's okay.
No, it's crazy. Okay, so there's this variety show called Wonderland, and it has approximately 15 celebrities, and they split up into groups of 5, and it's like, okay, so the whole concept is nowadays everybody lives in their apartment in solitude, especially in China where delivery is cheaper. People will get food delivered, they'll get groceries delivered. They don't have social interactions, and even when they go outside, everything is efficient, so you're not sitting there having small talk with random strangers. You barely hang out with your friends. Everything is online. So they bring these 15 celebrities, and the whole thing is like they're gonna make a little town. So there's a town center, there's like a town mayoral office, and then the celebrities all live in their own houses. So it's like 5 celebrities a house, and they all have to find ways to make money and find businesses. Like they have to create their own little ecosystem, and it's supposed to be really cute. And they travel to different regions of China and they highlight the culture over there, and it's like experiencing life firsthand. So in Judan's group, she had herself, Sister Jing, which is another female celebrity, and then she has 2 young male celebrities. They're like 25, right? And then she has the youngest one in the group. So Judan is 44. Sister Jing is 53. And the 2 male celebrities are 25 and 28. So they're younger than Sister Jing and Judan, but they're not like babies. And then the youngest one is Ouyang Didi.
Ouyang Didi.
So she is the youngest. She's 20 years old.
Wait, Ouyang Didi, is she related to Ouyang Nana? Oh,
Ouyang Didi.
oh, okay, so it is the sister of
Oh,
another.
that's Ouyang Hana's sister?
Right, I guess.
Ah, okay.
I guess, yeah.
So Ouyang Didi, she's the youngest. She's like the baby of the group. She's like 20. So she is like maknae, is what we call it in Korean, like baby of the group. Because, I mean, the age differences are a lot. Anyway, every time Judan calls another another woman, because it's like, I want to call her a girl, another girl on the show by their full name, she'll say their full names. She'll be like, Ouyang Didi, come here. But then when she talks to the 2 younger male celebrities, she calls them like, younger brother, come here. Younger brother, come here.
Yeah.
But then like, it's weird because Didi is the youngest. Didi is 20.
So she shows this like motherly care
Yes.
to these male celebrities who are 28.
Yeah.
Okay.
28.
And then someone who's actually like
Young.
only 20, she doesn't show that motherly
No.
care. I see.
And the group is cooking together, and Sister Jing originally makes this huge pot of like chicken soup for the young kids. I'm just gonna call them young kids even though they're not kids because they keep referring to them as young kids, right? Before they even set the table though, Judan announces outright, because it's a chicken, how many drumsticks are in a chicken?
Is that a trick question? 2?
I
3?
hope so, right? 2, okay? And she immediately announces, before the table is even set, that the 2 drumsticks are reserved for the 2 younger brothers.
腿给2个弟弟吃。
And then the
That's
chicken
weird.
wing tips.
Oh, also context. In China, drumstick are the best part of the chicken. In America are the wings, right?
Yeah.
We love chicken wings.
Yeah.
In China, chicken drumstick.
Why?
People, It's like, I don't know. That's the first thing I noticed.
Oh, it's-
drumstick got really good meat.
No, it's because it's probably braised. Because in Korea, when we have like
braised.
pakdoritang,
Yes,
the
yes.
drumstick is the high value.
Yummy, yeah.
But fried chicken, the wing is high value.
Okay, that makes sense
Yeah.
now. So in America, wings.
Everything's
China,
fried, yeah.
drumsticks. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the best part.
If it's braised, boiled, I think drumstick is better.
yeah.
Even
okay.
baked, I think drumstick is better.
Yeah.
But like chicken wing, like fried.
No. Brace. Ooh,
Yeah.
Oh.
you literally just ate two. You're so funny. Okay, so she says the 2 drumsticks will be for the 2 younger brothers, and the chicken wings will be for Sister Jing and Oyang Didi.
世间给静姐和欧阳弟弟吃。
Immediately, Sister Jing is like, when we were younger, whoever is the most favored would get the drumsticks.
我们小的时候也是，被看中的人都吃鸡腿。
Judan says, yeah, but the younger brothers are still growing.
哎呀，弟弟们长身体。
没有吧？我都已经停止发育了。
Okay, they're 25 and 28. Okay. I mean, everyone's still growing. I'm still growing sideways. Everybody's f***ing growing all the time, right? But even the guys are taking apart that they're like, no, I stopped growing a long time ago. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm not growing. And also, if the concept is it needs to go to the ones that are growing for nutrition, Didi is 20. She's like the most likely to still be growing. Her frontal cortex, her frontal lobe has not fully developed yet. She's actually still growing.
Yeah.
Sister Jing points it out and is like, do you love boys a lot? Yeah.
Yeah? She said yeah?
No, she's like, get it together. Like, you're showing gender bias. She's like, do you love boys a lot? But Judan goes, me? Yeah, a little bit. She's
Sorry.
sorry. She doesn't even bother hiding her bias, and netizens are so confused at how a famous celebrity host fails to pick on everyone's obvious hints. Even the male celebrities are like, I don't want to get involved in this conversation because I'm not trying to get canceled.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm not growing. And then one of them is like, I'm so scared of my own fan base. If I have kids someday, I really hope I have a daughter. So
Wait, he said that?
Yes.
On that spot?
yeah. And everyone is
Wow.
scrambling to save her, to like give her openings to of like, oh yeah, me too. I love my daughter most or something, right? But she doesn't. And so he's like, I hope that I have a daughter if I have a kid one day. And this is like a great opening for Judan to be like, you know what? I do love boys, but I don't love anyone like I love my daughter. Like, girls rule the world, power, right? But she goes, oh, well, of course, that's just how it goes, right? Opposites attract. So people are like, what does that even mean? Netizens are left even more speechless because, like, who are you, first of all, to decide who gets the chicken? Is that your chicken? Are you the chicken? The way that she waltzed in and is like, I'm gonna just dictate who gets what piece of the food is just weird. And then she casually hands the best parts to the 2 guys, says that they're still growing. And then when one of them is like trying to do something to make up for her abysmal male pandering, she's like, opposites attract? What does that even mean? These are your kids. Like, what do you mean opposites attract? It doesn't make sense.
She doesn't think it's wrong either.
No.
I think, right?
Yeah, and so finally, Sister Jing is like, but boys are difficult to raise and they get sick so easily. Immediately, Judan is like, my daughter is the one that's always sick. Right. My son rarely gets sick. And while all of this is happening, Oyang Didi was not in the room. So Didi was not in the room. She didn't hear any of this. She finally walks back in. Everybody is drinking the chicken soup. And Judan goes, Oyang Didi, you can also come eat. And people are now just annoyed at Judan. So they're picking on everything. What do you mean also? What do you mean also?
Yeah.
She deserves to eat. Like, who are you to say you can also come eat? So then finally at the end, one of the male celebrities scoops out a drumstick out of the pot and then plops it onto Didi's bowl. Because they're like, not today.
Yeah.
Not today. You think that I'm going to be called chicken boy? I don't think so. That's reserved for somebody else.
Smart. They call it like children, like the survival instinct kicks in. All of their survival instinct kicks in. I'm surviving this one.
Yes. It's like every holidays with families. They're just saying some crazy. And you're like, I gotta go. I gotta navigate my own life, okay? No matter how you look at this, like, there's no way that you can see Judan in a good light. Netizens are so upset. They're like, I feel like she's the type of mother-in-law to see her daughter-in-law as a rival and then try to sleep in between them, literally in their bed, sandwiched in between them. It doesn't make any sense. And then also, why does she split the food? Does she think that she is their mother? And people were even more upset because I don't know if this is speculation, but netizens were saying Oyang Didi. Didi literally means younger brother in Mandarin. So people were worried that her parents named her that, hoping for a younger brother. Then that would have just been like extra shitty. But like, we don't know if that's true. But everyone thinks that as a public figure, she needs to convey the correct values, at least for something like this. Like, she doesn't have to sit there and be like, here's what I think about life and you should live like this, but just be a good person. Just be a decent person, especially if you're on a reality show where you're talking about your personal life frequently. Like, it's very strange. And you are like the opposite of an independent woman. It doesn't make any sense. And she starts selling a bunch of skin products on her live streams after this show goes viral and she blows up for being a male pandering woman. And female netizens start protesting and they just start spamming the chat saying, oh, skincare, sell it to the boys that you love so much. Oh yeah, that's what we thought. Okay, you're not getting our girl money. That's too shitty for you. And this was just one of the outrageous moments from the show Wonderland. There's so many crazy moments. So on the first day that everybody arrives, they get divided into different groups and dorms. They're all given a certain amount of money, which would be used towards their meal, rent, activities, daily expenses. The celebrities also have to find a way to make cash along the way. So they got to set up businesses. And as it mentioned earlier, it's 5 people. And on the first day, they have tons of food already stocked. The pantry is stocked inside the house. However, Judan takes the 3 younger kids to go grocery shopping without telling Sister Jing. Sister Jing is the oldest. And they spend way more than they were budgeting for. They get back, Sister Jing is stressed out and she's screaming, 80 coins? 80 coins? Like, we haven't even talked about how we're gonna make money yet. Like, what do you mean 80 coins?
What's 80 coins?
I guess they like use coins, you know?
花多少钱啊？
70。
多少？多少？
And so Sister Jing and Judan are like okay, Judan is the one that took the younger kids grocery shopping. And like, technically, if she wants to be like, oh, the younger boys are still growing, then that means you are the older person and you need to be more responsible, if that's your theory, even though everyone is an adult.
Yeah.
So that she doesn't take responsibility. She just like walks over to Sister Jing's side and she's like, yeah, we gotta figure out how to make money. It's like, okay. So then every time someone brings up an idea, the 3 young kids, Sister Jing and Judan just keep shutting it down, especially for Didi. I don't know why Didi was like, I don't know why Didi was suggesting this, but I don't know why they just kept shutting her ideas down. But Didi was suggesting like maybe they could start like a girl boy group, you know, or they could make some merch for Wonderland. And then, like, if that sells, they could do. And right away, Judan and Sister Jing are like, I think the merch idea is very good, but the brand, like the band thing, is not super reliable. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Like, the way that they were so aggressively shutting her down, she starts crying.
Oh, wow.
It was just really mean. Like, they won't even let her talk. And usually when people bring up ideas that you don't like, you're like, oh, that's a really good idea. Like, maybe we should think of all the ideas and then we can come to a conclusion.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like, that's a dumbass idea.
Yeah, who are you to say it's a dumb idea?
Exactly. What if it's a great idea? Yeah. I would love to watch a group, like a girl group with just Didi. So I guess it's solo, but whatever. So they're just shutting her down. And the whole time, it's like, I'm trying to find the right way of describing it. When Judan is shutting Didi down, it's not like I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe we'll keep thinking. It's like almost like the attitude of, why would you even suggest that idea? It's like very suffocating. Like, okay, like I'll just like shut up.
Yeah.
Like it's very like a lot. Like, why would you even think of that idea? I don't know. It's just like, okay, but like you think that would work? It's like, I don't know. I'm just thinking. You told me to think and I'm thinking and obviously it's not working. But like, what do you want me to do about it? Also, they're sucking the fun out of it. It's the same thing Mai did. It's really not that serious. Like, you're not going to starve to death. The producers are not going to be responsible for you starving to death. You're going to be fine, okay? You don't have to be so aggressive and bully people. And the second that Didi starts crying, Judan flips. And she goes, Didi, what's wrong? It's okay. Mommy's here to stand up for you.
妈妈在，妈妈给你撑腰，没事没事。
So she takes all of them shopping. She overspends. Sister Jing gets riled up. Judan gets riled up with Sister Jing. And then the minute Didi starts crying, she's like, I will protect you. As if Sister Jing is the bad guy the whole time. She's like, don't worry. Mommy's got you. I'll protect you.
Wow.
And all the comments are like, aren't you the one that made her cry? What are you talking about? And then there was another point where Sister Jing is talking about ideas of what to do for the show to make money. She's like, oh, well, you know, there were a lot of celebrities on this season that were in the past few seasons previously, and they already have businesses that were established in the past few seasons that they keep running every season. So like maybe we could try to team up with them in some way. Basically saying, let me think of a way that we can add value to their business so that they would want to partner with us. Like that is the nuance. She doesn't say it out loud, but that's what's implied, obviously. But Judan is like, oh, Sister Jing here wants to make money without doing any work. And everyone's like, why would you say that? That's just like weird. Why are you such a fucking pick-me?
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what is wrong with you? Everyone's so confused. And every time you try to confront her about it, she's like, what do you mean? I didn't think that was a weird thing to say. And the crazy thing is, Sister Jing actually recognizes where she messes up. So she goes to sit down with Judan and she says, you know, I think earlier I just get very anxious. Like I'm a very nervous personality. And so when you guys came back and overspent buying snacks, I just got super anxious. And when I get very anxious, I just become very aggressive. And I start expressing my ideas in a way that maybe is not the most productive. And I think especially with the younger ones, we have such a big age gap. And I just forgot about the age gap. I should have considered what kind of pressure my way of talking puts on these kids, because they're just kids after all. So yeah, I think that I crossed the line, and in this position, that was totally my fault. You know, I brought people unnecessary pressure and it was really immature. And so, you know, I'm like, I just feel like I failed really just severely in that part. And Judan is like,
Yes, you did.
are you saying I need to reflect on myself too? Because I was just helping people sort things out. And Sister Jing is like, no, I'm talking to you because I wanted to share how I felt. It was about me. I interrupted Didi when she was talking, and I thought it was not going to work. And well, Didi was being pulled in different directions. Exactly, you know, she was being pulled in different directions, and she cried. And, you know, I think we have to wait for people to finish speaking before expressing opposing opinions, but I wasn't able to do that in that conversation, and I think that we kind of overstepped and crossed the line. I think these kids have their own idea. Yeah, we should let the kids spread their wings, huh?
This is crazy. It's like talking to a wood, huh?
Yeah, literally drywall. And so they go and they, you know, Sister Jing apologizes to the younger ones, Didi. And she says, you know, I think if you want to even collaborate with other people from the other houses, I think you kids should feel free. Because isn't that the whole point of coming here, is to let ourselves go and socialize and be around people and be creative and be independent thinkers? And everyone was like, oh, like, this is a really good moment. Because Sister Jing, like, it seems like she was genuinely reflecting. And she came to them very humbly, like, okay, yeah, I fucked up. Like, I was much older here and I should have recognized where I messed up. And everyone's like, oh, this is great. And Judan adds in, Sister Jing is so different from afternoon to evening.
静姐下午不到晚上，怎么判若两人？
As if like she had nothing to do with what was happening, okay? Like as if okay. She just gets so suffocating that the two boys, guys, men, adults, they don't even want to stick around. Once the meeting wraps up, they start going to hang out with their friends in the other houses. And like all the other houses, it's so sad. You can see how much fun they're having. So another business, like another house, they say, we started a pawn shop. And the two guys are like, what do you mean a pawn shop? They're like, that's our business. Okay, so here's the pawn shop. I pay you 10 coins. Okay?
Yeah.
And you give me your smile. They're like, my smile? And you can't smile for the next 2 days. Every time you smile, you owe me 10 coins.
Oh.
And like, the boys are like, you know, the guys are like, this is fun. So they just buy into it because they're like, I mean, this is like, the energy was so there and everyone is just being creative and all the other celebrities in the other houses are like having a good time. Or sometimes you can pawn your left arm. So you just can't use your left arm for anything. And if you were caught using your left arm to even open the door handle or like catch your phone that's falling, you got to pay 10 cents to the pawn shop.
That's so good.
It's so good, right? You have to pay a fine. It's such a fun, creative business idea that makes the show more interesting. Like everything about it is so cute. And then after they're having fun, they're like giggling, like, what do you mean I can't smile? They exchange their little coins and then they're walking away. And as they're walking back home, the guys are like, do you want to go back home or do you want to stop by somewhere else? So then they stop by another house because they just like don't want to go back home. And when they get into that other house, Judan is there. You can just tell they look so disappointed to see her. Yeah, and all the captions are like, you can never escape the aunties, okay? And so, they're happily trying to announce like, we just earned 30 coins because we pawned off our smiles and our arms. They're like saying all these things. And Sister Jing, because she just went through moments of reflection, she's very encouraged. She's like, okay, how did you make 30 coins? That's crazy. Like, that's an interesting idea. Judan, very annoying. Oh my gosh, she stands up, lecturing. This is very dumb. You guys got scammed. That's called spending money. You really think that you can go a full day without... I think they could go a full day without smiling if you're around, okay? But she's like, you really think that you can go a full day without smiling? Like, you're supporting their business. Because in the end, you're not going to hold back your smile. If you smile once, you have to go pay them. Oh, you're such a silly little boy.
Dude. Yo.
And they're all just like... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pawn off my soul at this point. Get me out of here. All the comments are like, you are such a buzzkill. It's like, you want to take the game seriously enough, but not too seriously. It's just not that serious. You're trying to have a good time. You're entertaining people at home.
I see what you mean, though. Next to them just sucks everything out of it.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't even talk.
Yeah.
You're just gonna lecture me on the dumbest in the world. Everyone is like, it's not even the fact that she lacks EQ. She genuinely thinks that her way of thinking is correct. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then there's another part in the show where it's Mother's Day. And so one of the two guys is like, it's Mother's Day today. Like, you should reward yourself, Judan, because she's a mother. And she's like, oh, well then all of you guys should say something nice to me. So clearly from this interaction, you can tell that she's not annoyed or bothered by her role of being a mother. But then there's this car scene where she's in the car with Didi. And Didi, like, I think she did something cute. And Didi has like a little bit more aegyo. And so she's like, thank you, mommy, right? But she's saying it as like, because you're like the mommy of the group, right? And Judan's reaction is... The reminder that my manager gave me before I came to Wonderland is that I shouldn't be such a mom. And you keep calling me mom. I'm already on the verge of breaking down.
The fuck?
But Judan is literally the one that started it, remember?
She's offended, right?
Yeah, and when Didi was crying, remember? She was like, mommy will stand up for you. Mommy has your back. Like, that was all you. And then for Mother's Day, you're like, okay, say something nice to me, everyone.
Why do you think she's triggered in this moment?
Everyone in the comments was like, she hates Didi because she's jealous of Didi. For Didi being a young woman. Like, she sees women as competition, and she sees men as something to take care of.
Dang.
People are like, what did she even do to you? Like, why does she keep attacking her?
So Didi just getting bullied by Judan the whole show.
Yes! By someone twice her f***ing age!
Yeah.
And people are like, see, this is the type of mother-in-law, you could find your soulmate. And this is his mom, you run.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You don't marry the love of your life, okay? Others mock her. They're like, Judan, mommy is here. Judan,
I have a breakdown when someone calls me mommy. Don't even think about calling me mommy.
it's like very crazy. Netizens were like, well, I bet if one of the guys called her mommy, she would have loved it. People are like, she loves men. Other people are like, to be honest, I think she thinks she's on a dating show. So... And then there's this part of the show where everyone talks about the most vulnerable moments of like what they're struggling with in life. Oh, Judan brings up the fucking thing again.
Sorry again?
Yeah, brings up the thing again. Okay, I will say somewhat of a heartfelt moment more than previously, where it seemed less of like, woe is me. It seemed like hopefully she's really reflecting that it was totally her fault, right? But I don't know. And then this is where it gets bad. It's Didi's fault, and she's clearly going through a lot. First of all, she's getting bullied by this mummy, right? She's getting bullied on this show. She's stuck in the middle of nowhere with a bully, and she's like, okay, yeah, I mean, I think right now, I feel like I'm only 20 and my life is just beginning, but I feel kind of lost. Like, these are very normal 20-year-old thoughts. The minute that she says, I'm only 20 years old right now, Judan rolls her eyes.
我觉得我今年20岁，所以我的人生才刚刚开始。
You're shitting me. Wow. She can't hide that.
She can't even hide it.
She's like Minasu. The eye rolls.
She can't hide anything. She's a lot of netizens were like, oh, she's the type of teacher that favors boys.
Oh yeah.
The type of teacher that gives nicknames for the boys and then grades all the girls' essays like, you suck at life, go die. I don't know. But then to the boys, she's like, I know that you literally use ChatGPT for everything, but I feel like you must have prompted it really well for it to like give such a spectacular essay. Like that's her vibe. I want to punch her in the face. She's giving the mother who like runs to her son right when the gender reveal happens and is like dry humping him in the air. She like lifts her legs around him, cradles him, and it's like, what is happening? I don't know what's worse, gender reveals where the husband runs directly to his mom or runs directly to the boys when it's a boy. I don't know what's worse. Immediately divorce. There's another section where they're eating barbecue and one of the guys is like, oh, I'm on a diet, I can't eat. So there's skewers. She's looking at him, she takes a bite out of the skewer and then keeps pushing it in his face even though he said that he doesn't want to eat it. And it's like just like weird. Why would you bite it first? It's like weird.
Yeah.
It's pick me energy. And then there was also another thing where everybody has secret tests of one another. So you have to come up with these little test sheets and it'll rank things. So it's like 0 through 5, 5 being really good. So you rank people with like emotional management, empathy, mediation ability, energy, liveliness, sense of social responsibility, charisma, low stimuli, blunt sensitivity. So basically it's like a new term that people refer to in China, which is you're not overly sensitive over small remarks. It's like being very emotionally stable. It's like someone who's very grounded. You don't sweat the small stuff. Like you have very good sensitivity of like, oh, if someone snaps at you when you can clearly tell they've been anxious all day and it's like a small snap, you're not going to go and start a whole fight about it. It's just like, oh, damn, they're probably having a day. It's like that. And so everyone is giving 14 forms. So they have to fill out everybody else's forms. It's like grading everyone else anonymously about how you feel about their social skills after living with them for so long and interacting with them. So then after,
Drama.
yeah, everyone gathers around a table and they can pick 3 people whose ratings they want to see. But they don't see them in order. So you can pick the 3 people you want to see their ratings of you. So you'd be like, oh, I want to see my husband's rating of me, Tiffany's rating of me, and my sister's rating of me. But when I get them, I won't know who's who, right? So it's supposed to be somewhat anonymous, but you can still pick like 3 people. Yeah. And so you just see like these ratings. And I will say, I don't know if everybody is just terrified of Judan, probably. And maybe it's like elder respect because a lot of people are like younger. So they just like rated her high on fucking everything except blunt sensitivity.
She's like very reactive and sensitive. Yeah.
To like small comments.
Yeah.
Like very small comments, she'll just be like, what did you mean by that? And it's like, I didn't mean anything. I was just bullshitting out of my ass. Okay.
What do you mean, mommy?
Yeah. Like,
what do you mean, sorry?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh my God, it's so stressful. And so she scored like 46 out of 50 on one. And the only points were like blunt sensitivity. And then other people were even making comments on their thing of like, you're so amazing at like trying to care for other people. And one of them, the blunt sensitivity was on the lower side. And she turns to Sister Jing and she's like, did you write this? And Sister Jing is so uncomfortable and she's like, another famous celebrity who is a comedian who's really good at mediating situations jumps in and is like, we shouldn't guess. Let's not guess. We should just accept the results and reflect. But Judan completely ignores him, turns around to Sister Jing, and it's like, Sister Jing, why did you only give me 1 point for blunt sensitivity?
Did we not just fucking prove the point right here?
Sister Jing is at a loss for words.
Sister Jing pulls out a mirror.
And so she's like, but Judan won't even let it go. I don't know how people do this. I don't know how people sit in silence. Judan is smiling at her, waiting for her explanation. And she's just watching Sister Jing be uncomfortable.
Yikes.
Then all the celebrities are like, it just means you're like sensitive as a person. Like you catch onto feelings really fast. So everyone is like trying to make blunt sensitivity a really good thing now.
Yeah.
Like it's some kind of positive trait. But everybody knows what Sister Jing was saying. Like you're way too fucking sensitive. And as for her question of why Sister Jing gave her 1 point, netizens said, because you are. The fact that you're asking why she did that shows why you should only get 1 point. Yeah. I'm so confused. but she does not get it. Judan is just like, the only way she lets go of this topic is when everyone explains to her, they lie to her face straight up that no, this just means that you're like an emotionally sensitive person, which is good because that means you pick up on things, like you got nunchi. They're trying to convince her of that. And then she's like, oh, okay, so it's like the other way around. Then I'm fine, I'm satisfied. And then another celebrity is so sick of your shit, they go, yeah, or else you're gonna get mad.
Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah. But they move on, thankfully. And so she gets her third feedback. It's 47 points. I mean, she's like getting all the highest points. The only thing that people are scoring her low on is sensitivity, which I think the other points are way too generous anyway, but whatever. She scored 2 out of 5 this time instead of 1 out of 5. The others even started to ask, like, what did you do for them to score you in this category, like this range? Like, to say that you're sensitive. And Judan starts getting mad. And she starts looking around and she's like, am I really sensitive? And the comedian looks at her and is like, sister, you fixating on your low score right now is being very sensitive.
Yeah.
Is my score really that low? Another celebrity is like, are you going to go back and think, am I really that sensitive and keep you up the entire night? Because then, yes, you really are that sensitive. Like, what do you mean? And so finally, out of 150 points, she scores 143, which is super high. Everybody is like congratulating her. They're clapping. But for netizens watching, they're so done with her. They're like, see, this is why delusional people stay delusional, because everyone is so scared of telling them, hey, you're so crazy.
Yes.
So they go about their entire lives for decades thinking that they're not crazy when it's like, no, we're just so scared of you. We're just terrified. So Judan has full marks on everything else, and she was still making a whole fit about it. And then it shows when she's giving points. So like the audience can see how she's giving points. Yeah. She gave Sister Jing only 38 points out of 50.
Oh, dang.
Super harsh. And she also added comments that were just so fucking rude. Okay. Like, she's so sensitive, and she's like writing things like emotional management. First she checked 4, then she X'd it out and then changed it to a 3. For mediation skills, she gave her a 2 and then wrote, usually puts her own emotions first. For social responsibility, she rated her a 3 and then wrote a comment, average.
Wow, this person is actually so miserable to be around.
Like, if she got any of these results, she would have forced the entire show to sit down, have a therapy session on the spot, stop filming, stop production, stop everything to figure out who wrote it and why. And she would interrogate them until they're like, you know what, let me get my paper back and just change the answers all to 5 because I was totally dumb and wrong. And I should go punch myself. And the crazy thing is, like, netizens are like, listen, we can appreciate celebrities who are mean. We can. If you're blunt, you're to the point, and you want to be super honest, and you're like, hey, Sister Jing, I think you're only a 38 out of 50. That's fine. What's not fine is being hypersensitive about your score and then having zero sensitivity when you judge other people's. That's narcissism. That's being crazy. You're heartless. And then she's like totally blunt with it too. When Sister Jing is reading her results, she even turns to Sister Jing and is like, don't you think your mediation skills are like a little off, right?
调停力是不是稍微有点？是不是？
Sister Jing looked like she's about to cry, but she holds it in. She keeps it quiet and she just moves on. See, that's what I don't get. I feel like it's a normal human thing to hate making everyone feel uncomfortable. Like, it's not even you're just being so mean to Sister Jing, but now you're like creating this environment where everyone doesn't know what to do. I feel like people typically, I feel like it's a natural instinct to hate that. She doesn't even feel it. Oh, she a brick wall. It's so creepy. But it doesn't end there. After everyone receives their scores, the top 3 are given the role of team captain or parent, which means that they can choose their own teammates and roommates. Basically, they become the leaders. And out of everyone at the table, Judan placed second because everyone was just bullshitting and trying to be nice. That means she gets to be one of the 3 captains, and she has the power to pick her own group. But the way they choose the team is very interesting. So everybody has this like tube in front of them. They're sitting at a table, and everybody has this tube. And you slip your arms in both. You slip your hands in, okay? And there's 2 buttons on the inside. One button is yes, one button is no.
Oh, that's
and no one
cool.
can see, right? And you stick both in, so like you can't see which muscle is flexing which, right?
Yeah.
And once the team captain chooses 5 people, they all slip their hands in. And then at the end, if they all unanimously vote yes, they become a family unit. But if one person votes no, then they have to re-choose another group of 5 or convince the 5 to all vote yes. But you don't know who voted no.
I'm confused now.
Okay, so 5 people stick their arms in.
Who's the 5 people?
Okay, so let's say captain 1. Judan is captain 2. There's 3 captains.
Yep.
They say, I want A, B, C, D, E on my team. Stick your arms in, A, B, C, D, E, or A, B, C, D, because I guess it's 4 people they're choosing. And then click yes or no. And then it'll reveal either 3 people said yes, 4 people said yes.
Okay.
If it's 4 people said yes, it's unanimous. All 5 of them want to be on a team. The captain chose all of them, and all 4 said, yes, we want to go with you.
What if one of them...
They have to revote. So if one of them says no, then the captain can choose all 4 new people, or the captain can try to convince them to say yes. And then they do a revote. They keep revoting until it's all yes.
Oh, that seems kind of difficult.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. I think it's cool. So the 3 team leaders, they take turns selecting 4 people that they want in their group. And those 4 people then vote, again, anonymously about whether they want to join or not.
That's about to get messy.
So Judan turns to Sister Jing and is like, Sister Jing, do you still want to be with me? Sister Jing, after she just got bullied, is like, of course. Judan then picks Sister Jing, the 2 original boys that are still growing.
And she replaces Didi?
She replaces Didi.
Wow.
Another boy. So she chose everyone from her original group except for Didi, the youngest.
Wow.
So when it came to the vote, 2 of them said yes and 2 of them said no. So the group does not come together. And Judan immediately starts questioning, who said no? Who said no? I don't know if she doesn't understand what the word anonymous means.
Yeah.
But she doesn't respect the rules of the game. She's like confronting everyone, trying to dig up everything. Like, what's the point of the cylinder box? The whole point is then you try to sell yourself. You're like, okay, so here's my proposal, right? So if you guys say yes, this next time you vote, I'll give everyone free ice cream. Like, you're supposed to, I'll do the laundry for the next week. But instead, she's like, who the said no? Who said no? The game moves on to the next round. And the next captain is Lee Jia-chi, who is a girl. She is a team captain. And she had already arranged like the 4 people that she was going to choose for her group. But she actually has really high EQ, and I think she's really nice. The first captain did not pick Didi. Because, I mean, I don't think they really knew each other. And Didi's very new to the show. And so everyone just kind of assumes you go with like the original group that you went with, just because why not? And then Judan does not pick Didi.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so Lee Jia-chi picks Didi first.
Yeah.
So that's her first pick because she's like, okay, I'm not dumb. I'm not going to have... And like also, it's very shitty to just watch a young girl, like a 20-year-old, not get picked by anyone. Like, what is this, dodgeball in high school? Like, no one's doing that. So she picks Didi first and then picks a few other people. And it's crazy because she actually picked Didi over her 2 best friends. But she knows that her 2 best friends are also friendly with captain number 1. So it's like not a big deal.
Yeah.
So she's like, I'm not going to let Didi be the only person that never gets chosen throughout the entire round of first rounds of picks.
Yeah.
Even though no teams were formed. So she picks Didi, and it was still a vote of 3-1. The group did not form, but instead of confronting anyone or causing a big deal about it, she just kind of laughed it off and moved on. Now, when it's Judan's turn again, she picks Sister Jing, the 2 guys from the original, and then a different guy. And she's still, again, not picking Didi. And she's like, okay, like this time, don't say no. And again, 2-2. She immediately turns to Sister Jing and is like, Sister Jing, did you press no?
Bro, what's wrong with this woman? Like...
And then Sister Jing is like, no, it wasn't me. So Judan then points to the 2 guys, the original 2 guys, and is like, then I suspect it's one of you. And then she just keeps rambling, like, I think it's the 2 of you now. Like, I really have no idea. How can these 4 people... I think the 2 of you are ganging up on me. Why is it always 2 votes that say no? 2 votes every single time. Like, I got 2 votes in both rounds that said no.
Bro.
And the others are saying, well, maybe it's not the same 2 votes. Like, people can change their votes. And then Judan is, like, ripping her sunglasses off her head. And she's like, exactly, what is going on right now? She just starts, like, fuming in the middle of the game. And she just could not take no for an answer. I mean, perhaps she thought that she had one of the highest scores, so everyone wanted to room with her. But it turns out everyone just liked her because they're scared of her, obviously, because of reasons you can see. And she just starts screaming and everybody's on edge. Some people even started biting their fingernails. Like they just seemed really stressed out. Others are like trying to disappear into their chair. Others are like nervously.
This is my 2.0.
Yeah, like everyone is just panicked. Everyone knows that the two guys voted no, but like it was just really stressful. And like people are saying, it's so obvious the two guys would vote no. Like they had a miserable time. Why would they want to go back? Like it's not even rude. This is how the show works. And then she just sits there in silence, glaring at everyone. And she's like darting her eyes back and forth to everyone that might have voted no. And it's just like very frightening to watch. Later, one of the guys said in a behind the scenes interview that he was one of the people that pressed no both times. And he was too scared to even admit it. So he felt really shameful about that. Which is crazy because it's like, no, you don't have to admit it. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Like, you didn't do anything wrong by not admitting it. You don't have to admit it. He just kept saying, like, I was really nervous. I feel terrible. I felt really guilty and I was so embarrassed to admit it was me. So I did say no. I kept saying no, but it was me. And so eventually the comedian stepped in and was like, sister, if they've provided this machine, it means that everyone has the right to say no. Okay? Like people can, it's a good thing that people can choose to say no. And like people are like, this is even crazier because her whole career so far, her professional career, most of it was not from reality shows. It was all on hosting. And host, especially in places like East Asia, your EQ is through the roof.
Yep.
The way that you mediate awkward conversations, awkward questions, you are able to give celebrities openings to walk back something they might have said or to re-explain something in a way that might not offend people. Like, it's all about having EQ, and she can't do anything. Like, comedians are stepping in to be like, what's wrong with you? Like, giggle, let's just giggle gaggle. It's not that serious. But she just says, I mean, no one wanted to live with me. Obviously, I was rejected. I think the two younger brothers rejected me. So I think naturally anyone would be disappointed.
Okay.
And it's like she's so upset about the idea of being rejected by these two guys. And everyone's like, you do realize you're not on Singles Inferno. Like, you do realize you're not on a dating show. We don't know what's happening. So the next round, one group forms, and then the remaining people form another group. So automatically everybody else is placed with Judan.
Oh.
Yeah. Thankfully, Didi is not part of that group, but it's Sister Jing and the two original male celebrities.
Oh, they
and then
gave in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and so they're trying to get settled into their new headquarters, but Judan is still hung up on who rejected her. And she's like really stressed. She's walking down the stairs with one of the guys and she keeps muttering under her breath like, no, it's impossible for Sister Jing to reject though and say no. And everyone's like, oh my God. And he just looks so stressed out because he thinks like Sister Jing is going to get thrown under the bus because he said no. So he walks
Confess?
he goes into the bathroom and he like has a meltdown in the bathroom. It seems he locks himself in there for a really long time to calm down. Because I'm sure also it's really scary. It's also like fear of getting canceled too. I'm sure he probably thought like, okay, everyone's going to kill me for not manning up to my decision. Like,
because like these video, who knows, they might just secretly reveal that what they each person pressed and then show him lying, for example.
So he's like, okay, I gotta apologize. And netizens were so upset by this because they're like, why do you have to apologize? You don't have to apologize for saying no.
He went to apologize?
Yeah, and he was like, okay, like, I'm just gonna apologize. So he goes to Sister Jing first and he's like, hey, I just want to tell you that I voted no in both rounds and I'm sorry that like you got blamed for it because of me and I couldn't stand up. I was just really nervous and like, I don't know, I was just kind of freaking out. And Sister Jing was like making him feel much better. And she was like, no, I totally get it. I think it's also like last time we were living together, we had such a big age difference. Like it was awkward. Like sometimes I would come downstairs and you three young kids are chatting and I don't know what you guys are talking about because I don't know what's going on these days. And then, you know, like I get it. And then you guys feel like you have to be very careful. And, you know, we're old. We like to wake up early. You guys like to sleep in. So I totally get why you wouldn't have wanted this environment. Like I know it has nothing to do with me or Judan. Like I know it's just like the age difference, the setup. Like we get it.
Wow.
So people start growing
high
really
EQ.
Yes, where it's like, and then she's like, but you know what? Maybe this time I'll like learn to be younger. Like we can have fun. Like don't feel afraid. And then he was also like, yeah, because you guys sleep really early. Showering was really stressful because the bathrooms are all in the same hallway. And so we always felt like we had to shower at certain times. And she's like, I can't even hear a thing. Like, I'm such a deep sleeper. Don't even worry.
Yeah.
So like very high EQ. And she's like, it's okay. Like, don't worry. And then he finally goes to do that. And he's like, yeah, so I pressed no both times. And he's just explaining, like, I felt really nervous saying, and he also gives the same explanation of like, last time we were living together, we felt like the energies weren't mixing because, you know, like all the reasons I gave. And she just is like, okay, can you tell me why you pressed no?
After he said why?
Yeah. And then finally she goes, thank you for confessing. Like, it's okay. But I'm glad you confessed. And everyone's like, confessing? Like, he doesn't need to confess.
Yeah.
Like, confessing implicates that you did something wrong.
Yeah. You're guilty of something.
He didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing with Mai. Like, how dare you make me side with all the guys in here? And then she's like, no, don't worry about it. And then she gives him a tight hug and then like touches his abdomen. And everyone takes a screenshot and is like, hello? Are we on a dating show? Yeah. So that is part 1 of Judan. I gotta give y'all a part 2. Honestly, I could ramble for like another 3 hours. But in the next part, we're gonna go back into the reality show with her husband. Because if you think this is crazy,
oh my God,
it's actually crazier because the whole world cyber bullies her husband for 3 years. For 3 years. And then they go on a reality show and turns out he's not the villain.
That's
He
fucking
convinced
wild.
everyone he was the villain for 3 years. And she never clarified. He
That's
never
absolutely
clarified.
crazy.
It's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my
Like,
life.
I just can't keep thinking about how bad I already feel for her family because they have nowhere to run to, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So stay tuned for part 2. Let me know in the comments your thoughts because I'm sorry. I know I kept rolling my eyes. I felt like it was rude, but I was just getting so frustrated. And like the way that she just treats her daughter sent me off, and then there was no coming back from that. So let me know in the comments what are your thoughts. And I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.